So let me begin, and if we can pull the door, by thanking you all for coming out today for what is, in my mind, a sentinel moment for us here at Mount Sinai, for those of us in D&I work at Mount Sinai and beyond Mount Sinai, for our system, and frankly, perhaps even for the world that we're beginning to work in innovations. Right. So the Diversity and Innovation Hub is a unique opportunity for us to connect the dots as the first healthcare system to connect the dots between innovation work and diversity and inclusion. I'm not going to go into why that's important, but you can only imagine why. But I would like to think about what that could look like as we move forward. And just think about it, what comes to mind. And as some of you have heard me do this before, yes, Dr. Miller, it's what's on your mind. Dr. Friedman, it's what's on your mind, and yours, and yours, and yours. And in my mind, there are limitless opportunities for us to ground the ideas that we're shaping through this hub. Our mission and vision are in front of you. The short of it is that we intend to focus on 3 core areas of work in the innovation space. Number 1 is to address the lack of inclusion for people of color and women in that space. Number 2, to figure out how best to use innovation, technology, and design thinking to address social determinants of health and health care in our surrounding communities like East Harlem and Central Harlem. And number 3, and while we've been pretty good in the game, D&I, to accelerate our work in D&I through innovation, through technology, and through design thinking. All right? So while that's a short list of items, or cluster of items, clearly this is going to be a heavy lift. And we're going to need each and every one of you to support this work, to keep us straight, and to help us to be as innovative as possible as we move along. In less than a year, we have some very tangible products that we're beginning to roll out. We, as part of phase 1, are serving the role primarily as an incubator. And what does that mean? We will have opportunities for startup projects, for interns and fellows. We will have advising. We will train up folk who have not been in the space, haven't found a reason to be interested in it. We will offer meetup opportunities amongst you all and those who are out in the innovation space. Right? And we will occasionally have opportunities for you to pitch ideas for financial support. We have already piloted a fellowship program for medical students, and Omar, who you will hear from in a little while today, was our first fellow to go off and work with Rock Health VC. That has opened up the door and created a model for what a partnership between us in this work, DIH, and the many partners who already have come together to support this work can look like. And you'll hear a little bit more about what that has been and the opportunity to move ahead. And of course, we'll have training and education opportunities, particularly for those who might become interested in and want to learn things like design thinking, coding, and as we begin to accelerate the work that we're doing with innovation and D&I, unconscious bias work as one example. No one does this work alone, and I want to publicly acknowledge the members of our design team for the Hub, and they are co-founders in this work, and have been available to me as if they were my own family. And I want to thank you guys for your curiosity, your creativity, your boldness, already, and all of what we intend to do ahead. And so many of the members of our design team are here today. Please get to know them and hear a little bit more about what we have in mind. Okay. And finally, I have to thank those of you who have agreed to be members of our Board of Advisors, and some of you are here with us today. Not all could make it. This is a growing list. There will be a few others who join us so that you all will help us to understand the perspective and the opportunities surrounding us from the outside in. And of course, our Innovation Leaders Group, and many of you are here with us today as VIPs, will help us to take advantage of all opportunities to network and connect the dots inside of our Mount Sinai Health System. And this is really a short and very rapidly growing list of partners who have already agreed to come together and work with us, some of whom you will hear from today, to help shape the vision and move forward in some very tangible ways to advance the work of the DIH. Okay. So that's what we're up to. You're going to hear a little bit more by way of a conversation in just a little while. I want to thank, I see Scott Friedman is here with us today, and the others who are responsible for Mount Sinai Innovation. This is the 4th year of Sinai Innovation.
It's the 8th year of Sinai Innovation, 4th year of the hackathon.
4th year of the hackathon, which some of you missed, and the 8th year of Sinai Innovation. This is the first time that we've connected the dots to showcase this work, and I thank you, Scott, and the leadership in Sinai Innovation for allowing for that opportunity. So with that, now on to the show. And I thank you all for coming out. You look great from where I sit, and hopefully this is going to feel even better from where you sit as we roll along. With that, I'm going to ask Mary Soon, who is a co-founder of the DIH and an important, valuable member of our design team, to come up and introduce our keynote speaker for today. Mary?